If you've come to this video about why you should delete your VPN, you're probably in one of two camps. Camp number one, you want to be more secure online, and you're looking up information on the pros and cons of a VPN. Camp number two, you disagree, and you're wrong! No, I'm joking. You disagree, and that's fine. You might also be thinking about all other videos we've done telling you how awesome VPNs are. So why would we make this video telling you to delete your VPN? Well, honestly, because VPNs aren't the ultimate security tool that everyone tells you they are. In this video, we're going to unpack the following points. What a VPN is useful for. What a VPN isn't useful for. How VPNs can be harmful to you. Tips to help you overcome a VPN's limitations. And how you can be sure that you can trust your VPN. So let's get started by answering our first question. What is a VPN handy for? To understand this fully, we need to answer a basic question first. What is a VPN? A VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It's a secure private network that encrypts your connection with accessing public networks. For most people, this public network is the internet. For others, it's a remote computer. Either way, it creates a tunneled connection between you and the source material, so whoever wants your data will find useless information. What this means is that VPNs are only helpful for encrypting outgoing connections. So you can use that encryption for things like streaming blocked content. So you can watch programming that's usually not available in your country. Overcoming censorship, which is a significant issue in countries like China, where the internet is heavily regulated. Overcoming site bans, such as chat rooms that have blocked you based on your IP address. How dare they? And protecting yourself from hostile networks. These include things like public Wi-Fi ports and internet service providers, known to throttle your data when you access a site they don't like. For example, OpenVPN was made in part by James Johann during his travels through Central Asia. He didn't want the intrusive Russian or Asian governments to access his information while working on projects. Okay, now we know a bit more about what VPNs are good for, we can explore how VPNs aren't helpful. First, we need to revisit one of our main points, overcoming censorship. If you live in a country that doesn't have substantial data restrictions, like the US or here in the UK, you won't find as much use for your VPN, much like adding bottle openers where they have no business being. But what about online privacy? Well, VPNs aren't that great at giving you online anonymity. You have to provide much of that information to your ISP, which means you can still be identified. In addition, the VPN might be able to identify you through your connection and logs data. Despite how many VPNs claim not to store your logs, many have no way of confirming this. This means your data isn't anonymous, just collected. And on security, VPNs lost much of their usefulness when HTTPS became the standard. HTTPS uses an SSL certificate, which already creates an encrypted tunnel. Provided you stick to trusted sites, a VPN can often be overkill. VPNs will often slow your connection speed and take up more bandwidth than a standard connection. Plus, some online services even go far as to ban you from using their service with a VPN. Even if those VPN services don't slow you down, they might rely on outdated technologies. Bullet VPN, for example, still makes use of PPTP, which relies on old-fashioned encryption measures hackers can just easily crack. Sometimes no encryption occurs, which many people suspect of Unotelly. When the service works, it's weirdly fast, making many people suspect that there might not even be any VPN. Now, if you are one of the many VPNs we feature in this video, I know what you might think. But don't worry, we'll have something for you soon. But not now, because we first need to review some ways VPNs can be downright harmful to you. Not all VPN services have your best interests in mind. Many of them will violate the very tenets that they swear to uphold. Free VPNs are the worst offenders, as they need some way to make money. And they believe that the best way to make money is by taking your data, encrypting it, and selling it to whoever they want. Many free VPNs will provide this data to advertising agencies. Aura, the company behind VPN's Hotspot Shield and BetterNet VPN, for example, has a section in its privacy policy that it may sell your data under its free products for targeted advertising purposes. Sometimes, things even get more nefarious. Hola VPN, a company we featured in the bottom of our VPN tier list many times, was known for having a Trojan horse with the files. Hola's built-in Trojan and privacy policy made it clear that it could share your email, IP address, and traffic logs with any of its third-party partners. A third example of this was a bit less nefarious, but still important. Hide My Ass, a VPN company that was once beloved and respected, offered numerous logs and personal data in response to a court order. They reasoned that hackers used the service to hack Sony's servers. Whilst we of course don't condone illegal activities, it's events like this that make you ask the question, who can you trust when it comes to VPNs? Even then, how do you overcome some of these pitfalls? This is why our last section involves tips that might make VPNs irrelevant. To get started, what if you want to remain secure online? Ultimately, the best tip here is to check what sites you go onto. Don't go onto any sites with questionable histories. Doubly avoid sites without the S at the end of their HTTP. To keep your other internet-focused programs secure, ensure they are always up to date. Also, make sure you have a good antivirus program with real-time protection to stop problems before they become one. We recommend Norton, which you can get at a discount in our description. But a regular scan from Windows Defender is a solid alternative. Finally, ask yourself what kind of data you share online, particularly on social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. So ultimately, the most significant risk to your information is you. Now you might be thinking, but trust me, I've made these mistakes too. Sometimes a person is good at making a company look trustworthy, so be cautious and always check the privacy policy of companies you want to work with. You'll want to rely on the Tor network for anonymous usage. The Tor network, the best known for the Tor browser, brings your connection through multiple nodes. Because the last node has no idea where the first node came from, nobody can trace you. Also, the person receiving data from the last node has no idea where you came from. For apps, you want to return to VPNs and use a feature called multi-hop. Finally, you can use a proxy server if you want a free version of another country's streaming service. Proxy servers are available all over the place online. But the problem with these servers is that they aren't all very trustworthy. After all, you are sending your data to a third-party source, meaning it still shares some of the same risks as unproven VPNs. So now that you know that you can replace some VPN functions, let's get to the last concern. How do you know you can trust your VPN and that it will be reliable? The first question you should answer before deciding on a VPN is, do you trust your VPN service more than you trust your ISP? If the answer is no, you need a better VPN. And the only way you can trust that you have a good VPN is through confirmed third-party audits and public tests. Two VPNs that fit into both categories are NordVPN and Surfshark VPN. Focusing on Surfshark, the company has gone through numerous security audits. Its latest was in 2021 to further bolster its claims that it will protect your data. Even better, Surfshark is involved in a lawsuit. Hold on, among other VPN services, because movie makers want VPNs to log user data. Surfshark also has a service called Surfshark One that solves many of your other security concerns. This includes dark web monitoring to catch when your information is leaked online and an antivirus system. NordVPN also follows suit with regular yearly security audits. Its audits specifically are made to test its no-logs claims, which it has continuously passed. Nord might not have an antivirus, but it does have a password manager. It also offers a similar dark web monitoring service and multi-hop features, which is ideal if you're looking for an app-based alternative to Tor. The company also solves many speed issues presented by slower VPNs, relying on its NordLynx protocol. NordLynx is based on WireGuard, a protocol known to be much faster and more lightweight than other protocols like OpenVPN. But ultimately, even though these VPNs are fantastic and come at a discounted rate through our link in the description, it's best to understand what a VPN is and isn't. Knowing where and how you can best use these VPNs lets you know whether it's worth it for your needs. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. Have you had a bad experience with a VPN and you want to share? We'd also appreciate if you like and subscribe to our videos, because without your support and feedback, we simply can't grow. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.